Hey everybody, my name's Randy Shepherd and I'm the kids pastor at Crossroads. I want to congratulate you for making it to the 21st day of our fast. Way to go. If you're watching this, it means you made it all the way to the end and I'm super proud of you. Our last verse for our fast comes from the book of Isaiah, chapter 58, verse 6. And this is what it says. No, this is the kind of fasting that I want. Free those who are wrongly imprisoned. Lighten the burden of those who work for you. Let the oppressed go free and remove the chains that bind people. And I want to challenge you as you hear that verse to actually go look it up in your Bibles. And I want you to read the whole chapter because it will give you more context on what's going on. But the people of Israel often practiced fasting. And so very similar, very much like what we're doing right now, they had regular times where they would fast and they would pray to God. And so that was what was going on in this chapter. They were completing this fast. But the interesting part is that then they were saying, God, don't you notice? We're not seeing any results of this fast. It's like you don't even care that we're doing this spiritual practice. And then this kind of comes, this verse 6, and it continues on too. So read the beginning of the chapter and then continue on and read the end. But it continues on and God's saying, no, this is the type of fast that I want. And I think what's important to note from this is that sometimes we can do all the right spiritual practices and we can mean it. It can be really sincere. I want this outward thing because I'm trying to get closer with God, or I want God to do this thing. And maybe some of us entered into this 21 days with that mindset of I want to fast because I have this in mind. And that's a good thing. However, I think it's perfect to end with this verse because God is reminding the people, for Israel in this verse, what was happening was it was just that. It was this spiritual practice and this outward thing. And then they were saying, okay, it's your turn, God. But God was saying, but your actions have to match. And when you come out of your fast, even though you're still not fasting from food, like what is going on in your life? Is there an outward, you did an outward practice, but is there an inward change that then leads to an outward change? And are these actions that are happening after your fast matching the heart of the Lord? And so as we fast, we're desiring that God does a work inside of our heart that then would send us out. And so God is saying, this is what this fast is that I want from you. Do these things, right? Free the imprisoned, lighten burdens, remove chains that bind people. And so I think as I'm going into this next season after this fast, the question I'm asking myself is, am I now doing the work of the Lord? Do I continue this fast and not fasting from food, but do I continue this practice of allowing God to do an inward transformation in my life that then begins to be reflected in my actions to others? And so I want to encourage you as you finish up your 21-day fast to think about what needs to happen next and what practices might you begin to live out as a result of the work that God has done in you over the last 21 days.